Hello, this is Matthew Miller with the ZDNet Mobile Gadgeteer. As you can see in front of me, I have my HTC Flyer, and there's a couple things that were just released yesterday that I wanted to kind of show you, and specifically on the Flyer itself. Now, the first one, as you can see, there's a big Evernote widget here in the middle of my display. I posted that Evernote released a major Android update, which as you can see, includes a new widget, among many other things. Now, it's mainly was tablet optimized, and I thought that meant that it would be for honeycomb tablets and those new tablets that have the large display. However, I was very pleased to find out that the Flyer also has some great functionality on it. Now, as you may remember, the Flyer has some built-in Evernote functionality with their note-taking application and things like that. However, that's not to say you can't download and install the dedicated Evernote application to get even more functionality out of it that's not necessarily handwritten note specific. So as you can see, here's the new widget. This is the large version. You can still have the small one, which is just this top green bar to quickly jump into and create a note. However, you can also choose to have this large widget, and as you can see, I can tap this. I think I just, whoops. Can't remember if I tap this arrow. Yeah, I tap the arrow to scroll through some of my recent notes. Okay, and that way you can jump into some of your most recent notes much more quickly than having to go into the application itself. So that's one change. Another change as we go into the application here. So now you can see this got this new view here that has kind of a thumbnail of some of my notes that I have, and we've got a whole new layout here. So over here, you got some notes. You can tap and look at your different notebooks. You can look at shared notebooks, and you can view things by tags. So let's just go up to my notes here, and then up top you can do a search, and as you can see, there's a search pops up. There's an option for advanced search, near here, dates, to do, other, a bunch of different options there. You can also tap on the just close out a search. Tap on the little places icon, and it will show you your geo-tagged notes and where those were taken. As you can see, you've got one over there, around Seattle. So, because some people associate a note with a place that they were at rather than a time or something else like that. So you can check them out through a place like that. If you also tap the new note icon, you can go in there and create a new note, and what you'll also see at the bottom is a bunch of different icons to be able to tag it, attach files to it, attach a voice note or a picture, and then we also have some rich text formatting, which is a big deal for me because I know that I like to create lists a lot of times. So there we go. I can create a bullet list, I can create a numbered list, I can put bold in there, I can italicize, underline, or even better, add a checkbox, right? So get some bread, go down, say eggs. You can create your shopping list now with a checklist right in Evernote. And that rich text formatting was something that'll be coming to iOS pretty soon, but that was pretty important for me. Actually, I haven't tried this yet. Let me see how this works. Okay, so if you go into landscape view, you can actually see those icons a little bit bigger even than what we had in portrait mode. But as you can see, I'll go ahead and discard that. It works in both modes quite well. So if we tap that again, oh, that's the same thing. We create the note. And then over here, there's a couple more. We have the refresh to go ahead and sync up things. We also have there's some information on premium features, that I'm a premium subscriber for offline notebooks, set up your pin lock, your shared notebooks, some account info that I'm trying to keep hidden there. We have, when do you want to sync your notes and use wireless networks, GPS satellites, things like that. So it's a nice new interface, and it works well on the HTC Flyer as well as other Android tablets. Now, another thing I wanted to show that's new and was announced today is the new Android Market, and I'll have a link in my blog post about where you can actually download that, and I have that installed here so we can take a look. And here's the new Android market. As you can see, it's got definitely a different interface than what you might be used to. At the bottom, you can see you've got My Apps, Settings. We go to Settings, it just has a toggle, actually, for interest-based ads. You can toggle ads off and on. And then you can adult content filtering levels as well. Set some content filtering levels. You can toggle between your accounts and your apps. Now, what we see that's new, we have apps and games. I'll go ahead and just look at these. This is what we've seen before, apps and games. However, as you can see, it's a much different look. You can tap on Editor's Choice, Staff Picks. You can scroll. Right now, this is the featured page. You can slide one way. You can see the top paid. You can slide again, top free. And if you have some installed, like I do with Twitter and Angry Birds, you can see that it labels it as installed. You can see top grossing, top new paid, top new free, and trending applications. So it's really handy for helping you discover apps, which is important now that they get, I don't know, if they have over 100,000 or something like that. You really need better ways to discover apps, and this is a much, much better Android marketplace. So this is the same thing with games, right? We've got featured here, top paid, top free. Okay, that's it for the games, is top paid and top free. Oh, there's some categories over here. Not quite as many options as there is in the apps. What we see that's also new is we now have books. So as you can see here, here's the featured books. We can slide over and see top selling books. The Game of Thrones books are up there at the top. Whoops. Actually, there we go. I'll just go ahead and into one of those. So Game of Thrones. You can see here's the price, here's a description, here's some reviews, you can get a free sample, and then other books, related books, things like that. And you can keep on sliding, you can see top free, new arrivals. So if you wanted a free book, you would just, let's see what we have. Moby Dick, for example. Take a look at that, and you can say open. And then you go, it will open up in Google Books, which you have to have loaded, and you will have to probably install a later version of Google Books as well, is what I had to do to get it on board. So in addition to books, we now also have movies. So we can come into here, we can see featured movies are here, top rentals, new releases, and I believe that's it. So let's see, new releases. What is this one? 2012 Ice Age. It has a synopsis of the movie. It has a rental price on there. You can see a trailer. You can see related movies, cast and credits. Quarantine 2. That's interesting. The first one was pretty scary. These are all rentals. Oh, I guess it is a rental movie service. So now you can get movies on your Android device or tablet with the new Android market, and it's nice, nice user interface. Much easier to find applications rather than having to scroll through a bunch of categories and things like that. So that's some new things on the HTC Flyer. Thanks for watching.